Åsmund, builder, manager, and Helle Maria will start co-manager of the One People, the indigenous soil project. Thank you very much for your interest to discuss with Ethiopia's Gnosh Canal about your project. Can you introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Åsmund Gilder. I'm a Norwegian which is involved and actually the founder of a worldwide project for peace called the One People. And you said the indigenous soul, okay, which is like, I believe that everyone is indigenous, and when One People is the arena where people can meet and bring their own indigenous soul, yeah, in meeting with others and creating music and other kinds of art to sort of help spreading the idea of peace understanding and balance in the world.
Thank you very much. Helle Maria, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Helle Maria I manage this Stående Frivilligsentral, and I work with Åsmund on several projects actually, which have the foundation in One People. And I'm a United Methodist minister, and that's, I guess, my focal point in believing in people as religious beings, no matter which religion, and God in one unity.
Yeah, very interesting. How was One People project started?
Well, I am a musician, and after releasing couple of CDs during the 90s here in Norway, I realized that I wanted to use music for a bigger meaning, if you see what I mean. I wanted to use music to spread important words and messages. And when I met this fantastic guy from the United States of America, Tatanka Uhitika, Tom LeBlanc, which is a Native American spiritual Indian, and he's a poet who has been receiving awards for his poetry, and he was really a peace activist that inspired me big time. And when I met him and we got to talk about these issues, we sort of wanted to do something together to bring the world closer and to try to make people be more nice in their lives towards each other, and we wanted to create this arena for collaboration. And we did, and the expression One People, it comes from the Native Americans, from the Dakota people. It means that we are all related, we are all one. It's the oneness thing that we want to sort of bring to the world through music. So that is basically what One People is.
Okay, so you have released 5 CDs? Not
yet, we have released 2 of them. The main idea is to make 1 CD for each continent in the world and bring the world together in like a brotherhood of music. So we have released 2 of them already. One has the focus on the North American, Indian, Native American traditions, and the other has Africa. So we are hopefully we will be able to reach the goal of releasing the all 5. Yeah. Because then we are sort of bringing the world together, but it's expensive, so we have to sort of move slowly, and we're about to start up the recording of the 3rd album, but it takes some time.
What's the title of these CDs?
The first one was named Tatanka, which means buffalo, because mostly it was Tom's lyrics. On the first one, his name is Tatanka Uhitika, which is like strong buffalo, his Indian name. So we wanted to sort of honor the buffalo and the life-giving source that the buffalo was for the Native Americans back in the old days. So we wanted to have that focus on the first one. And the second album was named Taranga, which is an expression in Wolof from Senegal and the Gambia, which has to do with respect for each other and how we treat each other in the society. It's a very deep-rooted thing in West Africa, the Taranga idea. So we wanted to name the African album Taranga because it was beautiful, and we used a symbol called Sankofa on the front. I don't know if you are familiar with it, but it's the bird who picks up a little what you call it, grein?
Twig.
And it symbolizes that you have to bring your history with you when you fly into the future. So you have to carry your history with you, but you don't have to sort of stay in the history. You have to move with it. And I thought that was a good thing to use when it comes to Africa, because it's so much. I mean, the history there is quite powerful, and yeah, you know. So the whole idea with these CDs are to inspire people to sort of see that the future is our common thing. We have to believe in the future together. We have to respect each other, know about each other, and we have to sort of develop a new culture together. That's.
So you mean that those birds which you mentioned respect each other more than we do?
Yeah, I mean.
And we should learn from them.
Yeah, we should learn from the history. We should sort of not look back too much with the sorrow filter. We should look at the history, learn, and go walk into the future together.
Yes, just any activity you have done.
Oh yeah, we have done a lot of concerts. We have actually when we released the first album, we had a fantastic concert at the Valhall venue here in Oslo. With a lot of Norwegian artists, of a lot of artists from Africa, from all over the world. Actually, it was a big thing, and we have been doing a lot of things. We went to West Africa and we did a ritual called wiping the tears, which has to do with getting rid of the sorrow and look into the future as a. How can I explain it? I mean, we have to believe in the future, and we have to sort of be able to stand in what we are as we together, you know, and push each other forward. So we went to West Africa to do some rituals at the slave forts in Senegal and Gambia. A lot of things we have done. I mean, this is what one people must be. We have to travel. We have to meet each other. We have to do something to strengthen the belief in the future together. So we're using mainly music to do this, because it's easier to meet in a place where music plays a big part, because words can be very. I mean, when you use words, it's often. It can be aggressive. It can be people can get frightened by them, you know. But when you put them into music and people can play it, it's like it's easier to communicate.
And music is the common language of humanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I really feel so.
Everybody can understand it.
Yeah, and it's easier to meet when you have music as the frame for those meeting places.
How many people
are involved?
Involved in, during the arrangement of the festival?
Well,
in Africa and in Oslo?
There is a lot of people coming in and out of the One People system. I mean, it's based upon idealism, 100%, you know, so you can't rely on people being there all the time. So a lot of people has been in there, a lot of people are still in there, and a lot of people will come in. So we're moving, you know, always moving, and there's new faces, old faces coming back. So it's not like an organization where people are meeting every day, Monday at 8 o'clock, or it is like a very open field where people can meet. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not a membership organization.
Okay.
No, it's based on what people are willing to do at that moment.
Yeah.
So there are volunteers that come and go.
Every year.
Every year, yeah. So when a new concept comes along, people, I like to be a part of this, and then they are involved. And so, yeah.
How old is One People when it started?
Well, the idea, so it started back in 1998 when I first did a song with Tatanka Uhitika. And then I moved to New Orleans and stayed with him there for some time. And then we started the whole thing in 2005.
Okay.
And we did release the first album in 2006.
Yeah.
Second one in 2009.
Yeah.
And have released several other albums too, but not in like the One People 5-line. We did a support CD for political activists who are jailed in the United States of America, called Helle Maria Interview. He's a Native American who has been in prison for 5 years without any particular reason, actually. So Amnesty International has him high on the list for political prisoners. So we did a support CD for him. So we're doing a lot of other stuff too, but we're using the music as a messenger.
Yeah. That was interesting, really. So, what's your plan in the future?
Well, this is kind of a lifestyle to me. So, One People will continue, and I'm sure that we will reach our goals. I see the 5 CDs done in a couple of years. I really see that in the future. I believe that we can manage, but it has very much to do with the economy in it, because the first CD was made totally by love, and everyone was really what can you call it, like
one big family.
Mm-hmm. No money involved. The second one was sort of more produced by some money. We had to sort of fly people in, but I mean, it's possible to do a lot of good things through the internet on the music scene today, so we can sort of do the recordings elsewhere, but we have to have some money to get it done, and it's and it should be easy in the country that is so rich as Norway are. I mean, Norway calls itself a peace nation, and I really think that the government should support these kind of activities more, to really prove that we are a peaceful nation. We really take the people's voice seriously. It's not enough to just say that we are a peace nation. We have to stand up for it, and I think that One People are really a project that is taking these thoughts seriously, and we are based in Norway. We are dealing with peacemaking arrangements, and we really want to help the world getting more peaceful.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And you see, One People is sort of an umbrella, and then we have different projects, One Prayer, like we're talking about developing the wiping the tears a bit more, because we think that the world needs more wiping of tears. And we so there are several things that we can do both locally and globally, but it takes time for people to understand how important, how needed this is, this initiative.
Yeah, and I really thought that we could sort of reach the world by releasing the first CD, and this thought was so good, but it made me realize as the years gone by that you have to start up in your own society, your own community, small steps. Even if you can't be peaceful in your family, you can't be peaceful in the world, so you have to sort of start up by looking into yourself and see what is really peace. How can I be a source to peace? That's where I am right now. So I really believe that the idea, One People, bringing people together, and it's the big peace idea for the world, I believe in that still, of course, but I have realized that it has to do with me and you, and how we sort of treat our own day, I mean our own family, how we live together.
That's right. And this One Prayer is, I think, very interesting and very important concept, because today there is a lot of conflict because of religion.
Yeah.
One Pray and One God with different names, is it? Yes. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
And that's the reality, but people practice it in different way.
Yeah.
What did you did with this project? Have you started something, or do you have any plan with it, or as a sub-project with more people? Or?
It's a project under One People, definitely.
Okay.
But
but it stands on its own as well, because it's a more religious based project than One People is more neutral, I think, when it comes to to religion. But One Prayer has been sharpened into the thought of one God, one higher unity, one love, that we can actually manage to talk the religious language between one another as well, and using music again as one way of praying, because you don't have to use all these words, and actually words can confuse us. It makes for more diversity, but when you sit together with other people from other religions, and you can be still within yourself and open yourself to the higher being,
you can be a prayer. So that is very important work. I mean.
So do you think that one day every religion will agree with the concept of one God with different names?
I mean,
every religion follower.
That's not our goal. I mean, the idea of praying came long before the religion came. You know, So to be in a state of a prayer, it's like we are all. Carrying God in us, if you see what I mean. So I think when people realize that, I don't think they need religion to sort of say that I'm right, more right than you, because that's what we want to focus on. I mean, we want to help people just breathing more free and be alive as we are living together. I mean, we should be able to live together.
Yeah, but did you discuss with the priests or pastors?
Yeah, there are many theologians today that are in agreement that we all have to look at each other as divine beings and carrying a part of the truth, and that none of us can know the whole truth, because if we could contain God, then we didn't need to have God. So that's one part of it, and the hope, I think, for us is that we at least don't have to fight about who has the most rights, but that we can be still together and just be in devotion.
Okay. Yes. You think that through this concept or this project, both Christian and Muslim and other religions can agree with this concept? Did you ask any Muslim, for example, about it?
Oh yeah, we have.
And what did
the whole idea is to travel from the east to the west, from the south to the north, bringing along religions along the way as the music changes. So we have, Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, natives. Everyone is in there already, and the concept will grow and grow, because at www.one-prayer.com you can download and listen to the whole One Prayer right now. It's like 40 minutes long, and it's a travel that is really beautiful, and it shows that all these prayers are the same, and the people in it they want to do something good for the world, and they stand along even if they are different they look different, they believe maybe different, maybe they don't, but so it shows that this is possible. It's possible, and I hope that can be inspiring for others, and I hope it will grow and people can sort of build on this concept and do more out of it.
So that's a very good potential.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, did you identify the title of the rest of the 3 CDs?
No. We haven't I've been thinking about different, when we move into the Asian part, there is this ahimsa idea, which is the non-violent, the hand of Mahatma Gandhi, was like the ahimsa, which is a good name, but then you sort of exclude a lot of other people, because he was a Hindu, and if you use kind of religious, it's very, very difficult when you move with one people, because it should be an arena that is neutral. It's a different thing with the One Prayer, because then this is a statement. You have to sort of stand up for the holy parts of yourself. But one people is more like living together without any of this confusing. You know, so it's difficult to choose names for the albums. But
we are working on it.
Yeah, definitely, yes. Okay. And if you have any good ideas, just come up with them.
Well, we can work.
Yeah. Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, because it's a very interesting concept, and nowadays, as you know, peace is highly deteriorating, almost all over the world because of the economic crisis, I think. And projects like this are, I think, very, very important.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So, yeah, do you have any connection with researchers, for example, PRIO, Peace Research Institute in Europe?
No. Right now we don't have any connections with them. I mean, when One People was in the early stages back in 2006, I did have a lot of meetings with. I mean, it was even the Prime Minister. I mean, so I really wanted this project to be something that Norway could stand up with, you know, together. But I think that people sort of looked at it as a hippie, more like peace hippie project, and they didn't take us seriously, actually. So I've been.
What is the response of the Prime Minister?
Well, we didn't have a meeting with him, but with his secretary, advisor. So, well, they couldn't help us with money, but they did fancy the project, and that's. I mean, everywhere we go with it, everyone is like, "Oh, this is fantastic, and you should keep on going." But they don't take it seriously enough. They don't want to sort of use it as the tool it is for peace. That I found quite.
It's a bit discouraging that people they say yes and amen to it, and then they just unfortunately we do need economy as well. And no matter how idealistic we are and how much free time we spend on doing this, there still is production, there is artists to be paid, travels, everything. So it's a kind of a uphill battle right now with economy, but we keep the faith.
Definitely.
We keep fighting with it. Yeah, because it looks more important nowadays, and everywhere there is conflict.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of crisis because of it.
It is.
And yes, it's not. You see, I think mostly it's because people misunderstood religion or misunderstood peace, and I share your idea that politicians or governments they don't focus on it, rather they allocate most of their budget to something else, like
they don't want it. They actually want conflict because they can benefit on it. It looks like that. No, well, sometimes it looks like it because I think people all over the world want to live good lives. I think I've been traveling quite. I mean, I live in a rich country. I have been able to travel, and I have traveled a lot, and I've met so many different people all over the world. They are all wanting the same good life, and they are open. They are willing to understand these ideas. But the politicians, they don't want to understand it. They don't want it. I think. I don't think so. Because I mean, they in their heart they may want it, but in their heads, I think the political games they are sort of playing and presenting are far from the real life, and so they don't want war, but in a way they are creating wars. I mean,
sometimes they create war.
It's a hunger for power.
A hunger for power
and money, and selling instruments, and
they want
winning.
They don't want people to be free. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what can the solution be then? You see, the victim is the people, not the politicians.
But we hope that one of the solutions may be that people can spiritually come together and see each other, look each other in the eyes, sing together, pray together, feel the fellowship of man, and that might help. No, that's but we still have to battle. There is some evil in the world, and that's hunger for power and things like that. We have to. That's our battle.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, who are the participants in this project right now? I can see that you are working closely with Stovner Frivillig Center.
Yeah.
No. Who are the other participants?
Well, there's a lot of artists, well-known, famous artists from all over the world, and there's, the idea of One People as a meeting place is that if a big artist with a, bigger reputation can meet a youth from Stovner, which they want to do something together, they can create it. So there is not like there's very much equality in One People. We all shall meet each other at the same level, and so there's a lot of different people involved, but it's mainly Helle Maria and I who are sort of running the we have Larry Bringsfjord, which is he's the owner of an independent record label here in Norway, and he has been in the music industry for ages, 35 years or something, so he's really our voice into the industry, the music industry, and he's helping us a lot. Releasing things and organizing the things that we are not so good at. So he's one of us too, definitely.
Is it accepted by the Norwegian culture minister?
Well, we have invited different kind of culture ministers during the years, but none of them has showed up yet.
Okay.
But we have, the CDs has been reviewed, and they are really taken. People have been happy about it. They think it's good music, and we have really. It's a professional made thing. It's not like.
It's not a garage band.
No, it's not a new age thing either. It's really good world music, crossover music with high top-notch musicians and artists. So it's really competitive in a professional way. So there's a lot of good forces involved in One People and One Prayer and everything we do.
Okay.
So we're getting a lot of help from many people who are using their talents and their time, believing in this.
Yes. Okay. Did you contact the United Nations Commission for Norway here in Norway? Maybe.
No.
Because they work more international.
Yes. But there's a lot of things we need to do in the future, and I really hope that you can be involved more. The time is now. Now we have to do this, So the more people who are willing to make a change.
Yes.
One People is just one arena, but I think it's a good arena to make a difference. Make a change on. So hopefully. We start now. All the work that has been done is just like history. So now we look into the future together, and the possibilities are there in the future. So all these things must be done. We have to contact the Prime Minister again. Everyone. It's a new time, and it's our time.
It's a continuous work.
Yeah.
It's continuous work, but now it's becoming more serious. Look, Syria.
Yeah.
Look what happened in Africa.
Yes.
Everywhere there is fear, there is conflict, so I think there is a need for more peace talk, work, and more talk and more discussion about peace. And I think using the power, it does take us nowhere. Unless and otherwise people understood the importance of peace and in this concept.
Norway should have been helping the world by spreading the idea of peace more not just call himself a peace nation, but actually stand up for it.
Yeah, that's right. And Nobel Peace Prize. Is
what is it? I mean, what is it? It's
So Norway has to show up practically not only award peace makers in other countries, but Norway has to do peace herself, also has to work on peace building. Yeah, that's interesting. So what are the main obstacles of One People project not to move forward the way you want?
Well, first of all, it has to do with time. I mean, I have 3 kids and a wife and a job, so it's and Helle Maria is occupied with her work and everything. So the biggest obstacles right now is to just be able to spend the time. When I started this, I was not a daddy. I had only myself to take care of, and it was like I could do this 24/7, and I did. But now it's very hard to free time to actually be doing all the things I did before. So that is kind of a struggle for me to learn how to be, because I really want to be a good dad, and that's the most wonderful thing in the world, you know. So and the peace at home, that is really the most important thing. If you don't have that, you cannot go out and make peace in the world. So it's difficult to find time, but I think we're doing quite well, and we have many plans, and we are still young. So I don't know if that answers your question, but the biggest obstacles is not religions and distance, and because this is easy to deal with when you have the means and the time to actually make a difference. But it's
So time is one of the
it's actually
because we could work on this all the time. We could just
but you have another full-time job.
Yes.
This is just a part-time. But is it a hobby?
No, it's more like a lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a holy conviction.
Do you have a plan in the future to make it your main job or full-time job?
Well, that is actually something we have been talking about the last months. We have to sort of move into we made One People a foundation in 2008, which was a big mistake because we thought it would bring money easily. Foundation is like the top level of a firm in Norway, but it's so strict rules connected to a foundation, and it's so expensive to keep it going. So it has been so expensive, and it's been taking so much time. So we're trying to get rid of that now, moving into another kind of organization form. And as once we have done that, we will start to work again in a different way. A new board, new people. So
you will start then. You will be manager, and it will be your full-time job, maybe.
Hopefully, that's really something we can dream of. But it can be a reality, actually. But
because it's a very big project and a very big concept, and
it is.
It's not easy to run it as a part-time job.
No, it should be a full-time job, actually. I think it's necessary if it shall be that big as it can be. I think the potential is there, but to fulfill the potential, we have to work full-time with it.
Do you have any information if there is any similar projects all over the world in USA or
I think I think a lot of I think it is. I think a lot of people are doing the same things in a small scale, and I mean, but I do believe there is a lot of projects similar to this, but that's a good thing. Projects. I don't know any One People projects who are based upon the Native American philosophy of the oneness idea, and and the idea of 5 CDs and stuff like that. But I know that people are using music and arts to sort of come together and talk about peace and try to make a difference. And so if we could unite all these forces, that would be that would be wonderful, because it's not like, oh, this is my brand or our thing. I mean, we want to collaborate, you know.
And make it international, because the whole idea is to make it international and to move the whole people in the world and to create a peaceful world as it was. As it was created by God or nature. Okay, you told me that you don't have any connection with prayer.
No.
Prayer. Okay.
No.
Do you have any plan? Because they're busy with this kind of research.
Yeah, I think we should contact them.
I have no idea if they have any research as music as a peace building tool.
It might be our opportunity. Maybe we should contact them.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we shall.
Yeah, because because peace research is their full-time job.
Yeah.
And anything important related or which can make a difference in peace,
they should know. And this one prayer thing should definitely interest them, because it's you know, one people it's a very nice thing, but it's a little, I mean, it's no danger in one people, but as soon as you bring it up a level to the praying level, where you sort of talk about spirituality and I mean, then it's like it's more power in it, and it's you have to sort of take a stand when people are talking about a prayer. When you talk about peace and love and music and oneness, it's easy to sort of just say, "Oh, that's a good thing," but a prayer is more like it's a statement. You have to stand up for it in a way, and we have to stand up for each other. We have to stand up for the world, for the environment. So it's time to use some tools that are more obligation. We can say
you have to make that stand and commit yourself in another way.
Yes, that's the word. So,
and also it would be nice if the young generation accepts the concept. Because the young generation likes more peaceful world, isn't it? Nobody wants to die. Or get a problem. So, where do you see it, One People project after 5 years?
Well, our ambitions are high, so I see that we can actually have in each part of the world groups that are working for the same idea and collaborating to get bigger concerts and projects going, where we are supporting each other, traveling, and are really making a difference by being there, you know. Maybe in Gaza we could have a peace concert in Gaza with Palestinian and Israeli musicians. I mean, those things I really see that Norway has to stand up for, and why shouldn't One People be the producer of it? I mean, we know people, we are used to dealing with this, you know. So I believe that we can make a difference in 5 years.
In 5 years, it will be a big project.
I think so.
And it will be your full-time job?
Yeah, hopefully. Not only my full-time job, but
for
a lot of people.
For a lot of people. Yes. What are you going to do right now? Just practical, just starting from tomorrow?
Well, as I told you about the foundation situation, we're trying to to get rid of that and start up on scratch as a frivillig organisation.
NGO.
NGO, yes. A new board, make plans. This is going to happen right in the middle of March, so we're working on it. It's just like it's expensive to get rid of the foundation too. It's you have to use lawyers and stuff. So it's but it's going to happen, and we're going to start up freshly. And the One Prayer CD will be released in the end of March, the first one. We're going to be on national TV 2 weeks from now. The 6th of March with a documentary film
Yeah.
made by the NRK about one prayer and one people. So I think that will make a difference too, because we can use it, you know, and this is what we're doing. So we want people to see it.
Yes. Do you have anything to say to the viewers? Any information you want to?
Well, only that we are, as humans, carrying along a lot of power in ourselves, and if we use that power right together, we can really make the world become the paradise it is, you know, and we deserve to do that for each other and for our kids and for generations to come.
Yeah. Helle Maria, do you have anything to say? Or?
You're welcome to join us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Helle Maria and Åsmund, thank you very much for your interest to discuss about One People project with Topisk Norskana. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.